Good evening. As we all know, this time of year is considered graduation season. And for me, I've always viewed this time of year as kind of a transitional period because one chapter in someone's life closes and another opens. There are always things that will be looked back upon and might be second guessed. While I know everyone who will be graduating this year or has graduated in the past knows there's a lot of cliches used in the commencement speeches, there's a lot of truth in those speeches. Sometimes what we know now, we wish we knew when we were younger. Tonight, I would like to offer up some ideas with the spiritual connection that not only each graduate can keep in mind, but each of us in general moving forward. First, perseverance can be the most important asset you have. When I Google search, perseverance is defined as persistence in doing something despite difficulty or delay. Living a Christian life is not always easy. With perseverance, we can overcome any obstacle in our path. Romans chapter 11, verses 11 through 12, again, that's Romans chapter 11, verses 11 through 12, says, "Do not be slothful in zeal, be fervent in the Spirit, serve the Lord, rejoice in hope, be patient in tribulation, and be constant in prayer." When I read these verses, the word that stands out to me is the word constant. The only way we become proficient in anything we do is to consistently work in whatever we need to become better in. Recently, in the last few weeks, I've been doing this for the last few months, but my brother actually got a gym membership, and he decided to start doing the workouts I do on a daily basis. And there are some days he looks at me, he's just like, "Man, how do you keep this up? Like, I'm incredibly sore." And I keep reminding himself, and I keep reminding myself, the only way we're going to become healthier, the only way we're going to become stronger is to be able to push through when times are tough. That's the only way we're going to improve. The only way we become better as Christians is to work on our craft every day. As seen in the verses I just read, we are to be fervent in the Spirit, patient in tribulation, and constant in prayer. What's holding us back from doing so? Next, a confident mindset can make a difference. A lot of times when I reflect on situations I've been in during my life where I've lacked confidence, I've wondered why I've always felt that way. Confidence can push us through to our end goal. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 35 through 36. Again, that's Hebrews chapter 10, verse 35 through 36. It says, "Therefore, do not throw away your confidence, which has great reward for you. You have need of endurance, so that when you have done the will of God, you may receive what is promised." One of the things I've kind of been reading about over the last few months, I've kind of been reading about leadership. While there are many characteristics leaders need, there are some that stand out. A few months ago, I was watching a TED Talk video of a former NFL executive named Michael Lombardi. In his talk, he discusses areas of leadership he felt like were important for any leader in an organization. He talks about how leaders need to have a plan. Leaders need to be able to communicate that plan with everybody in the organization. That he needs to have a command of the process. Like, is he going to uphold what he's set in stone? And more importantly, is he going to hold himself accountable? Because if a leader holds himself accountable, then everybody else will do the same. The area that stood out to me was command of the process. And essentially what he was getting to with that is leaders need to be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel when no one else from the outside can. When I heard this, I kind of connected this with confidence. A leader needs to have confidence in the direction of their organization. As Christians, we need to have confidence in the direction we are going as it pertains to our faith. We gain that confidence by trusting God, that God will not put us in a position we cannot overcome. Finally, keep the good company. It can be easy to try to impress others and forget about the people who've been with us through thick and thin. 2 Timothy chapter 4, verses 16 through 18. Again, that's 2 Timothy chapter 4, verses 16 through 18. Says, "At my first defense, no one came to stand by me, but all deserted me. May I not be charged against them, but the Lord stood by me and strengthened me, so that through me the message might be fully proclaimed, and the Gentiles might hear it. So I was rescued from the lion's mouth. The Lord will rescue me from every evil deed and bring me safely into the heavenly kingdom. To him be the glory forever and ever. Amen." As we go throughout life, no matter what period we go through, whether we're graduating high school, going to college, graduating college, going into the workforce, going from one job to another, let's not forget the people who were there with us, people who truly care for us. God is someone who has proven he cares for us. To wrap up tonight, like I said before, this is a very exciting time for a lot of people. And if you're graduating this year, congratulations. Whether you graduated this year or you graduated in the past, each of us has an opportunity to make an impact moving forward. Each of us has a pen that allows us to design our own path. What will it look like with God's guidance? What will it look like with perseverance, with confidence? The right people are in our corner. Tonight, if you wish to be baptized or you need the prayers of the church, please come forward while together we stand and sing.